A lot of you guys let me know that there's a new Blockbuster show. Is it stash or trash? Let's check it out.
Blockbuster Video's $20 million win in the flash game. Rent more movies, win more prizes.
What up, tapeworms? Hi, my name's Mikey, and boy, do we got a lot to talk about. Blockbuster, what are you doing to me, guy? Come on, man, come on. Well, cowpokes, let's talk about what I liked about the Blockbuster show, but also what wasn't really working. And there was a lot not working. There's gonna be somebody in chat who's like, that guy in the Kool-Aid jammer hat, he does not have the same opinion that I have. I don't know why Netflix always has to drop an entire series like some sort of angry poop they want to forget, but maybe this show is just that. Yeah, brah, your poops are most heinous. The story centers around the protagonist Timmy trying to save the last Blockbuster. This is an idea that should have a lot of heart. But for some reason, the show keeps forgetting that it's a show about the last Blockbuster. That alone should be something that we should be invested in. Our town was too crappy to have a Blockbuster. That's right, Video Ghost. Me and my buddies had to drive like a whole town over. But sometimes when I was a kid, my aunt would take me as a bit of a treat. It's hard to feel sorry for Blockbuster in general. They were responsible for closing a lot of my favorite video stores. Although, I feel the last Blockbuster has largely redeemed themselves, at least in my eyes. I can't believe we missed out on the lunch meat release. Yeah, I kinda dropped the ball on that one. Just kind of an observation. Dropping balls is kinda your thing. Let's talk about the cast of characters around Timmy. Honestly, I was having trouble remembering their names and they had name tags on. And I felt like the actors were doing a good job with what they had, but had they had more to kind of bite into, I could have maybe seen these characters fleshed out. I didn't hate them, but I wanted to see more from them. Ooh, I'm part of Team Eliza. Okay, I admit I have fallen in love with a girl behind the counter a time or two. The will they, won't they plot between Timmy and Eliza, I feel was working. I wanted to see these two characters get together. And I found myself rooting for Timmy. As much as I like it, that alone is not going to keep the show going. To me, the heart of the story is the struggle of the video store. I want to see just a little bit more of that. I don't think the video store should just be something that's in the background. The character of Carlos should have been something that we could all get behind. He's supposed to be a media hound. But it's like the show writers didn't research what any of us even act like. Oh, I disagree. Carlos can straighten out my sheets. But Video Ghost, I don't even know if he keeps his ketchup in the fridge or room temperature. That's kind of important in the media world. I kind of think you're being hard on it. I'm not being hard on it. I just think the show looks so good, it could be so much more. I just don't like when things fart in the punch bowl. Oh, wait a sec. Did you fart in my punch bowl? On one episode, Carlos had an evil doppelganger who was better at everything than he was. The problem here was I didn't even know what Carlos was even about. You can't really do an evil Spock episode until you even know who Spock is in the first place. I kind of feel like this type of plot would work better in the second season. But I don't think we're ever going to see that. Netflix has a history of canceling Blockbuster. No! Shots fired! You guys are killing me. Killing me. I'll wet my whistle. I really enjoyed JB Smooth's character of Percy, the owner of a party store, and I kind of feel like he was bringing the party to the show. I have friends just like him that are kind of a I love to hate you sort of thing. Percy worked really well as both a friend and a foil to Timmy, and I felt like every scene that he was in, he was having quite a bit of fun. I was sad that they didn't focus a whole lot on the Hannah character. I wanted to find out a little bit more about what her motivations were. They said that she was cheap, but they didn't really follow up on why. I want to know kind of the history behind that. The lore of your world is kind of important, and if you don't build upon it, it doesn't make me believe in your stories. You're actually starting to make sense. He pays me to say that. One of my employees used to write erotic Smallville-related fiction about me. And honestly, I was kind of afraid to fire her.
Wait a sec, what's that have to do with the show?
I don't know, Video Ghosts. I just kind of lay in bed and think about it sometimes. There's so many layers to how weird that is. When I worked at the drive-in, I worked with a character very much like Kayla, who would take it upon herself to customize her outfit. And as her supervisor, I would never say anything because I was happy to have help that day at all. The Kayla I worked with was pretty wild and would bring a lot of mischief to the workplace. Something I wanted to see this character do to Timmy. He needs some more foils, not just everybody kind of hanging out with him. The real last Blockbuster is ran by a matriarch, and I would like to see Connie be that on the show. I kind of thought she should have been Timmy's manager, and the position of supervisor could have been something Timmy could have worked towards as a character arc. In fact, there's very few character arcs at all. There was other characters on the show, but I don't really remember anything about them, and I kind of feel that's a problem. I thought this show could have worked if they really focused on the heart, what it's like to run a video store, and maybe the comedy should take just like a second seat. The problem with this show is it tries to be a show for everybody. It casts a very wide net. And as a result, I don't feel like it catches any fish. To me, a show about Blockbuster, the set location itself should be just as important as the characters around it. But often they would forget that the show was even about Blockbuster and would focus on old sitcom tropes, and I think that was a bit of a fail, so I'm going to give that a trash. Although I would like the show to take place during the prime of Blockbuster, I think the modern set looks pretty good.
Ooh, I think it's pretty dope.
I had a buddy named Big Nose that used to work at a Blockbuster, and he used to let me and my friends hang out with him after hours, so I kind of feel like I know what a Blockbuster looks like. Although, I'm not sure why we called him Big Nose. Kinda all my friends had weird nicknames. It was just kind of a thing. What the hell? There's like a random ass bee in here. What do you do? You don't want to hurt bees. And it's raining outside, so I guess I'll let them just like be around my room, and when it gets warmer, I'll let them out. I don't know why I'm so paranoid. Bees gotta be doing wacky bee stuff in the background. It's almost like I have a bunch of Kool-Aid jammer juice on my shirt or something. I want to talk about this bee more than I want to talk about this show. Blockbuster, what are you doing to me, guy? We need to have some tough love. I need to give you some tough love.
No, don't be an angry internet sausage.
Watching the show, I kept asking myself, who is this show even for? It's definitely not for old media hounds because they missed the mark 100% on that. So maybe it's for a more normie audience. And that's fine, but you really need to pick one or the other.
Is it a raunchy comedy or is it a family show?
If you try to be a show for everybody, you end up being a show for nobody. And I want a little bit more. A Blockbuster show is something I should be excited about. Why am I not excited? There's things I really like about this show, and a lot of the problems I have with it, they could fix in a second season.
This show isn't trash, but it could try a little harder.
Well, here's hope that the second season of Blockbuster isn't lackluster. Really, that's what we're gonna go with? Well, anyways, until next time, later, tapeworms. Hey guys, if you like what I do here, throw your beer cans at the screen until it hits something.